What's up, Knicks fans? I'm your host, Vigo Sports Talk. In today's episode, I'm going to talk about our recent losses versus the Sacramento Kings and the Golden State Warriors. Honestly, this month of January has been a very stressful month for Knicks fans, honestly. We started off really hot to start the season, and we've lost like maybe six games this month. And there's a lot of takeaway from these games. And it's the defense. I keep on saying it. There's gonna be a trade coming soon. I guarantee it. And I don't know who we would trade for because I feel like this NBA season has been like a week. It's been weak in the trade market because trading's the only player, CJ McCollum, that's the only trade so far this season. Like there's been no other trades, and I'm pretty sure the trade deadline is like the first week of February, and that's in like 3 weeks. Usually we see like a bunch of trades coming in, and we haven't seen pretty much nothing. But the Knicks, if I'm Knicks right now, I'm looking to trade for, honestly, I don't want to give up players like anybody in starting five. We're not. People are saying Cat now. I'm trying to defend him, but there's just some moments in the games where like you just can't defend that. But as of right now, I'm 50-50 with Cat. And people like McBride, Clarkson, Kolek. Honestly, the only player I would trade now is Yabusele and maybe Dadier. I don't want to give up any of our key role players because they were helping the team a lot when they were playing. It will hurt to get rid of them. People like Shamit. He just came back, by the way, for the Warriors game. I don't know. I forgot how many points he scored, but he was pretty good. And obviously, it's his first game in like 2 months. You can't expect him to go out there and drop like 15 points coming off the bench. And it was a shoulder injury too, so it's gonna affect his shooting a little bit. But once he starts getting to that rhythm, back to the games, he'll be back to his old self. Before the injury, he was shooting like 41% from three, and we need 3-point shooting like that with the team right now. With how bad we're struggling. So for the Kings loss, this was honestly the worst loss for the Knicks in a very long time. If you ask me, losing to one of the worst teams in the league, and now they're acting like they won the finals. Like, come on. And the only reason we lost because I've never seen that many bricks in my life. Going to at the end of the first half, we made 1-3 out of like 18 or 19 attempts. So almost all our points were they weren't from free throws actually, like only a few, but they were all in the paint. And the fact that at half, we were only down by 12. So I keep saying this. Just imagine if we made, let's say 2 or 3 3-pointers, that maybe a few more points in the paint, a few more free throws, the game would be a lot more different. The fact we missed so many shots in the first half, and I wouldn't consider it 12 points close, but for it to be that kind of close, or the game like that, is crazy. That just proves we could easily win these games. That was just a bad night for offense. People were saying defense too, but honestly, that was more bad offense tonight than defense. And then for Cat, it's been a stressful month for Cat. I hate to see the media get to him. I'm not gonna say like he's soft. There are some times where like, come on, you gotta do better than that. Like, look at this clip from here. So he falls down. Everyone's going to defense. It's a 4v5. Cat's still at the Knicks court. So they miss. Hart tries to get the rebound. He can't. So he hits the ball where usually Cat would be. Cat's nowhere to be seen. He's still transitioning back to the defense. And then they get the offensive rebound and they get a 3. Plays like that could literally get you traded by halftime or next morning. Plays like that is, especially coming from a NBA veteran who's been in the league for 10 plus years. You just can't do that. You're not the best defender. We know that. We've seen this from other players. I'm pretty sure this happened to Luka before. Some key role players. And no offense. If this was like any other player, like a role player or like a player that like not a popular player, they would be traded literally the second that play happens. I guarantee you. So Cat, you just gotta be better. But against the Warriors, I would say he had a better game. So I'm not gonna talk about the Kings because that was just a bad loss. The Warriors game, he had a bounce back. In the Warriors game, Cat scored. What much did he score? He had a lot of rebounds. Cat scored 17 points, 20 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, and 1 block. So the Warriors, they have no center. So the thing about Mike Brown's system, he's okay. I gotta talk about Mike Brown too. I hate people talking bad about him already. So the Warriors, they have no true center. Like their leading rebounder is a guy on the bench that doesn't even play. And their starting center doesn't even play like 15 plus minutes a game. So this is gonna be a good game for Cat for getting rebounds. And he had 20 plus rebounds. That's huge. That's very huge. Mike Brown, he's played with Sabonis for a while. And if you know Sabonis, he's one of the best rebounders in the game right now. Well, he's injured right now. He's a good scorer, but he's mostly known for his rebounding. Mac Brown had him like Cat. Like he had Cat like Sabonis, getting all the rebounds. Try to get it was mostly defense rebounds, but just getting if the ball's in the air and they miss, go grab that rebound, hustle. That was basically his role. And then for players like McBride, Bridges, I don't know who else. McBride had a good game. And let me say about McBride. McBride's a player you could trust to be a starting point guard. The game against the Kings, it wasn't good. I'll be honest. But this game, it was good. He scored 25 points, 3 rebounds, 6 assists, 0 steals, and 0 blocks. You could trust him in starting 5. You could easily trust him. So he had a great game. So I'm happy for him. Honestly, it wasn't a bad game on offense. It was mostly like a defensive part, or we could have made a few more threes. We were missing wide open shots. But it happens to every single team, so it's not an excuse. But I gotta talk about one player versus the Warriors that I just cannot stand anymore. Draymond Green. Draymond Green. Obviously, you guys know how Draymond Green is. He's been in the league for 11 or 12 years. Won a few championships with the Warriors. He's one of the best defenders of this generation. He's a dirty player. We've seen dirty highlights. And I'm saying what other people say. Listen. We've seen highlights of how like he injures players. And I love Draymond. He's a great defender. But I just can't stand when you try to injure somebody and you just get away with it. In this game, it was just like what Embiid did a few years ago. He grabbed on the cat's ankle, almost injuring him. I'm surprised. He got a flagrant, so that's good. But the fact it's just a flagrant one, I mean, maybe it could be a flagrant one, but plays like that is, I don't know why the NBA just doesn't like find nobody for that. Because there are so many injuries happening these days due to plays like that. First, I remember, like I said, like when Embiid did to Robinson immediately said, if that was me, I'd be ejected. And I 100% agree. I 100% agree. And the fact Draymond just acts like nothing having to do anything. And honestly, I know people are saying that. Come on, why are the Knicks like fighting back? Why are the Knicks fighting back? I mean, I'm saying the NBA has changed. So there's no like, well, they still throw punches, but compared to the 90s, it's never going to be like that. But I would like to see some teammates like, stand up for him. Like, come on, like, dude, you can't just go up to a player, trip them, grab their knees just because he got mad. Like, dude, the Jordan Poole situation. You always go on your podcast talk about, oh, he should have fought back. Like, leave Jordan Poole alone. You're the reason why he got traded, because you couldn't control your emotions. And then you punch Yusuf Nurkic. There are so many plays where you just completely mess the team up and then take no accountability. So I'm just sick and tired of seeing him just injure every single player. Like, I'm honestly tired of it. And at this point, if I'm the commissioner of the NBA, plays like that, you just gotta be suspended. It's simple as that. Any type of play that you try to injure players, and it was not accidental. You've seen the clip. That is not accidental. For plays like when they shoot a 3 and then they land on your foot, that's accidental, and that could be a flagrant. That's accidental. That's different. If you try to mainly grabbing somebody's ankle, you should be suspended. Like, those plays could easily impact a person's career. Robinson has been the same since then, and I just hate to see that. And he was just bullying Cat the whole game. Then just being dirty, talking smack. I understand Draymond's a player that likes to get in your head. But Draymond, I'm just sick and tired of this guy just being dirty, doing plays like that, playing victim, not taking accountability. Hate to see it. But for Cat, you gotta stand up for yourself, man. You gotta stand up. You're 7 foot. I was giving you credit, and I stand by this. Dude, Cat could easily score 20 versus Draymond. Draymond, one of the best defenders in the league right now. Cat, you're 7 foot. Dude, you're strong. You see how you're built. You could just go in the paint, dunk on Draymond every single possession, and I guarantee you, do that the whole game, you're going to drop 40. Cat could literally score 30 points at any night. He just can't let players like that get in his head. He can't let nothing affect him. And obviously he was playing the best defense because he got into foul trouble. One of them was a pretty bad flop, if you ask me. And that just sucks to see. That fifth foul not completely changed the game, but he was starting to get into a rhythm, getting all the rebounds. OG was going out this game. I like what I see from OG. He should keep playing like this. Keep on attacking the rim. But for his Warriors game, it's been a tough month for the Knicks. And people are just hating on the Knicks already. Saying that, oh, fire Mike Brown. I hate this Knicks team. And I just hate it. Well, you see that from a team when you keep on losing. But when I think of it like this, look at teams that lose. For example, and this guy's a Hall of Fame coach, by the way, Erik Spoelstra, the Heat head coach. I understand he's won a few championships, but for the last few years, they've been a playing team. They start off pretty bad. And if you ask me, I've never heard somebody talk about him. Never. Even if they lose. Because I've seen bad losses from the Heat this season. I've heard a single thing from Erik Spoelstra. And they're not. But when Mike Brown loses, it's somehow his fault. Obviously, he could do better. Put in better rotations. He could be better. But Mike Brown, he's a good coach. He's a good coach. Last year, the Knicks were struggling in January, I'm pretty sure. I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure at one point during last season, we were struggling. I know we struggled a lot versus top teams in the NBA. And the Warriors are playing like a top team right now. We're playing the Suns tomorrow. And by the way, I will be at that game, so hope to see y'all there. I'm not saying Knicks fans, you got to relax, because obviously you got to panic a little bit. Because look at this picture right here. We have one of the worst defenses in the last few weeks. So Mike Brown's got to look at the rotation. See who's not defending well. And put in players like Mohamed Diawara, who is getting real minutes, and I don't know what happened. He should honestly be playing over Yabusele. Just fix your defense and honestly try to trade for somebody who can defend. I love Jose Alvarado, but I keep saying we got too many guards. I don't want to give up none of our guards. Kolek, he's still getting better. I don't want to give up on a player we could develop, but I would love to have Alvarado on the team. He's from New York. He's from Queens, I believe, or Brooklyn. So he knows how it feels to be. He knows how to play under pressure. Because he could bring that mentality, that toughness, that hustleness. You see him with the Pelicans. He punched Mark Williams. We're actually playing the Suns. If we can have a player like Jose Alvarado, it could impact us. We just need anybody. At this point, anybody who could defend and who can handle the ball well. We'll be just fine. That's all we need. At this point, any defender. They were saying like maybe players like Sohan, Sadiq Bey. I heard those rumors for a little bit. He's from Villanova. Who else? I'm telling you, this season, like, there's no besides Kuminga, but he's not a defender, and we don't need him. There's no like top players that are in the trade talks right now, except John Morant. And like I said, I'm looking for defenders. I don't know who we could trade for. I don't know who, but the trade deadline's coming up soon. Hopefully, Knicks surprise us. I'm hoping Knicks can get this together. I still have full trust in the New York Knicks. We're still a good team in the East. We got to win some games. This season's far from over. We got to lock in and get our minds right. And, Kat, I understand Draymond got on your head. You gotta learn how to play under pressure and with players like Draymond. Especially their history for the last few years. Him talking about Cat and the New York Knicks. Honestly, they're going to play in the Garden in March. And I'm not saying you should be ready for the game. Well, you should be ready. But you should go into that game with a lot on your mind and prove them wrong. Go score a 50 on Draymond. Go dunk on him. Humble him. He's going to get in your head. And he's not going to keep talking if you keep scoring on him. So if you just keep scoring on him, get him mad. He's going to complain to the refs. Get ejected. Get a tech. Do that. and win the game. I have full confidence in you, Cat. I know you can play better than this. I know you can. But you can't let the media affect you. You just can't. We've seen this from Randall. I keep forgetting what season it was, but there was a season it was just like Cat. And then the following season he played way better. Or during the postseason he played better. Well, not better than the regular season because we know it wasn't how Randall was the postseason. Cat can get it figured out. He can get figured out. I have full confidence. That's all I gotta say for today's episode. This is the Vigo Sports Talk, host of Vigo Talks Knicks. I'll see you next episode. See you at the Suns game, guys. Peace.